Hello, everyone. My name is Raymond Arturo Perez, and I'm excited to bring here today another Cafecito. Today, we welcome a true innovator in the world of live events and television, Ingrid superstar Salcedo. She is an Emmy Award winner, an executive producer, a director, in short, a creative force behind some of the industry's biggest music shows and spectacles. As the visionary behind events like the Turkish drama Gala in 2024 and a leader at Univision music specials like the Latin Grammys, Premio Lo Nuestro, and Los Premios Juventud, Ingrid's passion and artistry set the standard. I'm excited to learn about her journey and her journey into becoming the multi-hyphenate creative rock star that she is. Let me bring her in. Hi, Ingrid.
Hey, how are you?
Well, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Right now, yes, looking perfect.
Awesome. Where are you joining us from?
Today from Miami,
Amazing.
representing Dolphins.
Yes. Well, I'm so thankful for you taking the time and out of your day to come and speak with us. Your IMDb is filled with a lot of amazing projects, and I'm really excited to just get to chat with you.
Oh, same here. I heard about a lot about you from Sebas and your team. I'm very happy and proud to be part of this Cafecitos time. And I heard that you and I kind of like have some link, some type of that 5 degrees separation type of thing going on with Selena.
Yeah, Selena, and then also a lot of the live events that you've done. I've had friends work on, so I feel like we've just passed each other, and I'm sure we're bound to like meet each other in person very soon.
I hope so. Come to Grammy, Vegas.
I will go. um, but I do want to cover a bunch of topics, and so to get started, what's beautiful to me in seeing all the stories and events that you created is how wonderfully different each project is. I'm assuming you found a through line that informs how you produce, create, and direct. I was wondering if you could tell us what's the thing that started you on your journey, and how has it developed into creating across scripted television and live events?
I should start by saying that Sesame Street, um, it's been one of my biggest inspirations ever. I loved Jim Henson. He's like one of my icons, one person to follow. And when people say, "Oh, I don't see myself being reflected on screen" or something like that, well, for me it was Bird, Ernie, Big Bird, and all the monsters.
I love that.
um, and I wanted to be part of that creative team. Like I thought it was so awesome to watch this whole city and world, that it was fake, but it was so real at the same time. So I started watching it was when I was in Colombia. I'm from Colombia. It was called Plaza Sésamo. I think it's called still Plaza Sésamo. Then I came here and it was Sesame Street, and we used to watch it with my sisters. But that's been like my inspiration for creativity, for storytelling. That's been like one of the get goes. Whenever I feel like I'm stuck on something, I'll watch some of the Muppets, and oh, boom! The Muppet
I
Show. It's
love that.
amazing. Yeah. And then my favorite thing, and everybody that knows me knows this, is Star Wars. Believe it or not, I'm a nerd.
No, that's amazing. That's amazing that you said both of those things because one of the questions I was going to ask you later, one of my amigos, Cave, always states that one of his favorite Latino movies is My Big Fat Greek Wedding, which is not about a Latino family. It's about a
But
Greek
it's amazing.
family, but it's so specific, and it's about this large, eccentric, loud family, and how specific it gets. When he watched the film, he was like, "That's kind of what it's like when you go to one of our weddings. That's kind of what it's like when you go to, the holidays with us." And so I'm curious to know, like, what was it about Turkish dramas that made you go, this has wings for Latin America? Like, what spoke to you?
Well, now that we're both nerds and we're talking nerdy language, I'm kidding. Um, what happened with the Turkish drama and the whole thing, it was a very, very funny story. I also forgot to mention at the beginning that I grew up with radio. My grandma used to play a lot of radio novelas. And when I saw the first episode, Turkish novellas are very long. Like each episode could run 2 to 3 hours, and they go by seasons. It's like about 7 episodes, one season, and those episodes can become like 13 or 14 or 15 episodes. So when I saw the first Turkish drama, I had no idea what they were saying, but it caught my attention the production values that they have, the storytelling, and then it took me back to radionovela times
Mm,
because back then you couldn't see the image, but yet your imagination ran wild, right? And then here it was backwards. I had the image, but I really didn't have the audio, right? The script, but you
right.
could follow it. And it just caught my attention. And I said, well, even though it's a different language, the storytelling, it's like easy to follow. And the people in Turkey had a lot of physical resemblance to us,
Mm.
so that also helped. And then the Hispanic public, the people who watch novelas, the audience, even though we have come to a different age now, it's different times, they still want to watch pretty people on screen. They still want to watch
Yeah.
good stories, pretty people, and dream about it, right? Like,
Mhm.
damn, maybe I could be that girl, or I could get that guy. So the novella Turkish, the content had all those ingredients for me, right? It had passion, it had love. It had a great drama going on between women because people love watching two women fight. So in this one, the Sultan, which is the main guy, he had like 10 women fighting for
Mm.
him. Imagine.
Mhm.
So it was it
Mhm.
was it was a great story because at the end we have this background Hispanics with the Arabic or Arabian culture, goes back to when the Moors went to Spain, right? And we have a lot of resemblance. That drama, the whole thing going on with the grandma or the mother or the father long gone or something like that, it relates to us. So in a lot of ways, we are very similar.
I love that. I think because oftentimes I feel like there's this one way of thinking of like, if we pan something, if we like homogenize the people, that like it's more relatable. But I think it's the opposite. It's like the more specific you get, the more, oh, that mom and son relationship is so me and my mom. That toxic love relationship, I've been there too. So it's very interesting that I don't know. I love that you touched on that. One other thing that, oh yeah.
No, no, no. Go ahead.
Um, Again, you've covered many projects. I was curious, like, which one do you hold close to your heart, or you feel was like a turning point in your career?
Well, I've been very lucky enough to have done programming and being on that side of the world, being an executive. I've been a producer, I've been an editor, a writer, directing little things, and then being the executive producer of different galas and shows. I cannot tell you which one I love the most. Everything has a unique spirit to it. So I like them all. As long as I'm creating or being part of a team and being able to create and get an idea going on, I'm inspired. So I love all of them. Yeah.
And you have worked on many live productions that are being televised all over. Could you discuss what it's like managing these large scale, high pressure events and programs, and how have you made this like a part of your DNA as a creative?
Yeah. So after my programming life and executive life, I went on to do more live events, which I had done in the past. But what happens is that it's a live show, right? And I love radio. And one of the things about doing radio and live shows is the adrenaline, the rush. You can't replicate that. Once you're there, you're in the moment and you got to go. That ship has to sail. And doesn't matter how many things are going on, because you guys don't see it, right? You guys see the show as a whole,
Right.
the 3 hour show, and it's beautiful and everybody's happening on stage. But we're running like crazy and having 20,000 dramas going on. Somebody's shoe is missing, the microphone is not really working, or this guy doesn't like the way the hair came out, and then you have a large Mexican band and you can't get them all together at the same time, or you have the diva type that is like, no, I want to take my moment and I want to walk and I want to do this, I want to say hi to everybody. So we have a whole show going on backstage, and that's why I love the backstage, and that's why when Instagram started and I started joining more and more of the shows, I was doing the whole backstage scenes, right? Because I thought it was so interesting to show people out there what we were going through. Of course, there's a lot of things that you cannot show for respect and copyrights and stuff, but I tried to show as much as I can, because you don't understand, people write to me from all over saying, oh my god, I love what you do, oh, I would love to do that, oh, how do you do that, how did that comes to be? And when I do my stories or my reels, I try to show that, and I also try to showcase how important it is to work as a team. If you don't work as a team, you got nothing going on.
Amazing. And that kind of leads to my next question is, what kind of a person are you looking for to bring onto a team in live production? What are the skills, or like the kind of like the personality that you need to have to be in that space and be a team player?
You have to have tough skin, because in show business, and you probably can apply this to anything, you can't take anything personal, right? This is live, this is happening, you're gonna get screamed at, and not necessarily that people mean to scream at you, but it's just the moment, the rush that I'm saying, the adrenaline of doing a show. So when we're looking for people, I am very blessed that I get to work with different teams in the production uh, world. So I get to work with the talent escorts, I get to work with the writers, I get to work with the director, the executive producers, I get to work with the logistics team, I get to work with the catering team. So you have to be able to work around all these people and egos, right? So what is it that we look for when we hire people, when we are putting the team together, at least me, when I do my things? Someone that has tough skin, someone that can work as a team player, someone that can how do I say it, I don't even know how to say it, someone that it's like pilas, like you, Raymond. Someone that has to be on their toes. If you're
Hmm.
not on your toes, you're wasting your time. You need to. And please don't take anything personal. It's a live show. You gotta go. You gotta do it.
Hmm.
So someone pilas, someone that is ready to go for it. 4x4.
Absolutely. And I'm curious to hear, like, where do you see the future in terms of like trends or changes in regards to like live entertainment?
Well, regards of live entertainment changes. Well, now after the pandemic or during the pandemic, we all started working more remotely,
Hmm.
and now you have people from different parts of the world being combined in a job, in a production. um we have now what it's called live streaming, which we didn't have before, and that has changed the game a bit, because now the audiences is split in a way. So you don't only have to be taking care of your audience watching TV, which is the 35 and plus, but you also have to take care of the audience that it's watching your streams, right? So like this festival is online, like they've come to be a big thing now. Even though you might see, oh, we don't have that many followers, or oh, we don't have this much likes, people are watching, people are paying attention to that. Every little thing counts now. Everything you do is hello, sorry.
Gotcha.
So it's this little thing that came off. We're trying to get it. But yeah, that's been the major change in the last probably 6 years, is the whole live stream process, the whole digital world, that you have to make sure that you are as appealing for television than for um, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. TikTok now. TikTok, it's a big thing. And now you have to know that your audience, it's no longer going to watch a 3 hour show religiously or, royal like before. Now people, their expansion, attention expansion, it's like 30 minutes the most. So you
Mm.
got to be on your top, your toes all the time and making sure you are making it entertaining and that things flow, right? So that doesn't make your change. Before you could play a lot more with the time, with people's time. Now you can't. People don't have time.
That makes sense. And I have noticed that, I mean, something as silly as like having a camera on one specific musician in the audience during the broadcast. I've seen the behind the scenes camera that's doing a live feed right as people walk out onto stage. So it's been crazy to see the different ways that we're trying to maintain connection with the audience, even if it's not the main event itself. I wanted to ask for like any young producers or directors or storytellers that are watching. Like what advice would you give to them who are just starting their journey?
First of all, don't give up. And I know it sounds very cliche, right? But like I said, if you need to grow your tough skin somehow, it's long hours. And I know people now, like, there's this big misconception about millennials. I think it's half and half. Some of them do want to do the work, and some of them want everything easy. But you just gotta be yourself, stick to your story, always with respect to others. I think when you respect your time and others' time, it's a main thing, because you're running shows, you're running series, you're running different type of content, and you need to respect people's time. That's what I see a lot now. Now that you said what things have changed, I think it's that. I think it's the lack of respect for people's time. You need to be punctual. You need to be as well as flexible, because things can change last minute. You can't be so stuck on one idea. So if you want to stick to this career, you got to know that you have to grow tough skin, and you have to be there 24/7, right? To grow. Once you have your name, out there, and people know you, and you've done a lot of stuff, then you can start being picky about the stuff that you do. But never lose your essence, right? Never give up. And I think it's so valid to dream, and you can get anywhere if you dream it. If you dream high, if you think big, you're gonna get there.
Thank you. I also, we have like a couple minutes left. I did want to touch a little bit about your time as a studio executive and how kind of that differed from your live entertainment productions. What did you learn? How maybe can you get into like the role of managing different projects at the same time with artists, with like all these different both artists and folks on set?
Well, and the life that as being an executive, which was the being the vice president of production, operations, and programming in Mundo Fox, that was a different way of dealing with things, right? Because you're in charge of so many departments: news, entertainment, live events, sports, and programming. So dealing with that, it was more on the business side, knowing about contracts and the legal stuff, copyright and all that, and dealing with a lot of numbers. In the production side, it's more about creativity. It's more about being creative, more about learning who's who, what to do in a moment of stress, how to react to things. So both worlds they are a bit different for me, but they could be very different for a lot of people. For me, I kind of combine them, and everything has helped me to create who I am. Right.
Hmm.
The executive side gave me more of that knowledge, the legal knowledge, the numbers knowledge, the logistics knowledge, and then the producing side gave me more of the kit, gave me more room for my creativity, right, for what I wanted to do, which was storytelling. And that's that's pretty much I can say about that. I mean, if you want to deal with an artist, you got to know that you're going in there. um you got to go in there knowing, you need to know about the artist that you're dealing with, right? Because
Right.
there's a lot of egos. There's a lot of things that you don't want to hurt, and you want to cherish that relationship with an artist. It's not like you're gonna be a groupie, although a lot of people can think you're a groupie because they don't understand what you're doing. But you have to dare, and you have to dive into projects, and be different.
And for anyone watching, what are you most excited about next? What are you looking forward to? Is there a particular project? Are you returning to something that you've already done and excited to do another year of? Anything that you'd like to share with us?
Ideas are many. There's a, space, but no. Right now, I'm concentrated on Latin Grammys. We're working on that project. Then on the side, I also work on different projects, especially different Instagrams for different companies that we run. I have a great partner, which is Sebas, that you know him, and he does the whole Puerto Rican. I'm dying to go back to do the Puerto Rican Heritage Month with him.
Yes.
That was such a fun project. I love the Puerto Rican community. I've learned so much from them. I love Puerto Rico. But it's HITN, it's been a great partner in everything. I love what they do, the whole programming, and how I wish that they were more known out there. So I hope today they get to be known. HITN, guys, and Tu Cuentas Festival. But in regards to doing more projects, no, I mean pretty much everything is it's the same for this year. As you heard, production has kind of stalled in a way, because of things, because of the economy, because of the different writer strikes that LA had. So everything now is kind of picking up. I did have a project at the beginning of the year, which took me to Asia. I was in Thailand, and then from there we went to Dubai. And I do get to do a lot of projects, but I cannot talk about it because you do sign an NDA. So, but those projects excite me because they're in other countries. You learn production from those countries, like producing in Thailand and producing in Brazil. Oh, what is it? Brazil, Thailandia, France, Venezuela. I've been there producing. Mexico. You learn so much from each country, and at the end, it's like we all speak the same language, even though it's in a different culture. At the end, the television, the production world is the same. We speak the same language. So those projects excite me when I go, outside the states.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time. I'm excited to see these new NDA projects that are coming soon. And for those watching, thank you so much for joining us. If you caught this at the tail end, you can watch this on cineyouthfest.org, as well as other cafecitos and film chats that we've had throughout the last few days. Tomorrow, we will have our final cafecito, and it'll be with Rosalind Sanchez.
Yes.
So please tune in 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we will be talking about her latest project, which is her directorial debut, Diario, Mujer, en Café. Thank you all. Thank you, Ingrid.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye. Pleasure being
Bye.
here. Bye.